Hey everybody, how's it going? Um, it does look backwards, doesn't it? Huh. How's it going, everybody? I'm gonna wait a few minutes because there's ads and people aren't here yet. So get comfortable, get yourself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, and we will as soon as many people as can get in here, then we will continue with the live stream. I'm so happy my course is done. Oh yeah, and now that I've said it was 4:30, I'm here early. Of course I am. Hey Fairy, how's it going? I'm just waiting for more folks to come in. I don't want to, spread any news or anything that without more people, because then I'd have to answer the same questions over and over, right? Oh. Oops. Hey, Phoebe, how's it going? Karen, Rosie Glade, Tina. As soon as enough people get in, I will be telling everybody who wants to be acknowledged. Not everybody wants to be acknowledged. There's a lot of people who watch live streams never speak. But when I say go and say hello, then you do that in about a 30-second span, and I will wait until I stop seeing hellos, and then I will shout everybody out. But in the meantime, let's just wait for a few more people to get in. Not so bad. I got 12 pints of turkey stock made and 2 pints of green beans and broth. Ooh. And 2 quarts and 3 pints of a jelly jar of turkey out of a 14-pound turkey. Good gosh, that's awesome. Long pear processing day. Well, my pears are starting to fall, but I'm not getting anything exciting from them. Except when Howie gets home from racing, we will be picking apples before they start falling. They're absolutely beautiful. I mean, there's some small ones and that, but they'll be going for deer seeding. Deer baiting. Hey Terry. Good afternoon. I'm being lazy today. Grandkids and daughter were over yesterday due to no power. I'm going to be lazy today. I've spent the last 3 days doing my bow hunters course. Hello, Patricia. I'm going to be lazy too. I think I'm going to load the dishwasher, which I ran through a cleaning cycle. I'm going to load the dishwasher and I'm going to vacuum the living room rug. And then I think I'm going to watch a movie and eat boiled eggs and toast because I haven't eaten yet today. Brenda Ridgeden's Brensden. Did you get, what are Bromley apples? What's Bromley apples? Hi, Joe. All right, everybody, say hello now. And when I stop seeing hellos, then I'm going to pop out the participants list and say hi to everybody that wants to be acknowledged. There we go. 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 Hey, 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 hey. Keep coming. Keep coming. There we go. And I'm still seeing hellos. Hi, 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 hi. Come on. There's more than that here. All right. The hellos have stopped. So let's pop out the participants list and say hello. Alex Wilson and Schluchter. Brenda Brensden, Cindy, Dana Barker, Dolores Walton, Dottie Mae, Frida Cassidy, Joe Mama, Karen Belair. It's been a while. Karen Gadberry, Linda Bopp, hey darling, Patricia Godwin, Phoebe Long, Pink Marshmallow, Regina Barla, Renita Madrid, hello darling, Solitary Fairy, Stephanie Alexander, Terry McKinney, and Tina Elliott. Hi. How's it going? Yes, I passed my bow hunter's course. I am now a bow hunter. And I should get my license in the mail within the next 15 days, which means I'm a good 2 to 3 weeks in advance of bow deer season. So I'm really, yeah. And they don't mess around, man, because they give you modules, right? And you got to, it's like a video module where you got to listen and learn and watch. And at the end of each module, and some of them are like 45 minutes long. And if you think it may take 5 hours, took me all friggin' weekend, but the modules, some of them are 40 minutes long, and then they give you 5 questions at the because they do it in sections. And if you get, you would think 3 out of 5, 60% to pass. It's not. You got to get 80%. So module 3 threw me off. I had to do it 3 times. I don't know why. Could have been the, not that. I mean, it could have been that. So, but yeah, only 2 out of the 11 modules did I get 80%. The rest I got 100%. I am now officially a bow hunter, waiting on my new hunting card, because I have. Oh, and how he found my gun license, my new gun license, eh? Whoo! It was it was on the floor, but it was under my desk, under a drawer. So he had to pull the drawers out. So consequently, when he was done, I had to clean my office. But yeah, so, and I can hunt turkey too. So I want to get my turkey license. I'm not sure. I also can hunt bear. And I thought about this while I was watching, because they show you everything. They show you how to safely eviscerate or field dress game, all this stuff. And make no mistakes, folks. Hunters, people think hunters are, people just go out and kill for the fun of it. No, 99.9% of hunters who have to go through the courses, like, for instance, if I had lost my new card, which I did, it was under my desk, and Howie couldn't find the proof that he had paid for the renewal of my license, which he did have, I would have had to go through the firearms course all over again. It's an entire weekend long, and it's physical. It's not online. And I mean, although I passed that with 100%, who wants to go through firearms again? Right? That's a big pain in the ass. But it turns out, he did have the bank record of paying for my renewal. And then he found my renewal still in the envelope under my desk. It must have fallen out down the back of a drawer. So now my new hunter's license, because I carry a firearms permit, and like a firearms permit and a hunting license. But my hunting license is now going to have a different box filled in it to say that I can hunt with both rifle and bow. Hope we can sometime get time to talk. I so agree with you. Thank you. Thank you. I am so happy. And it turns out that our bag where we've laid it is almost 30 yards. And 30 yards is the distance. So I'm pretty damn accurate at 26 yards. So, oh, honey, I've got, no, those cards go in my wallet. It should have gone. I didn't see it. Like Howie must have put it, or I must have put it in the drawer thinking I was in the middle of something, and it fell down behind the drawer. All my important stuff is in my wallet. Like I show Briar, like Briar lost his wallet, and he's missing his, they don't reissue your social insurance card. If you lose your social insurance card, you can't get a new one. You just better know your number, right? That's your bill of sale to the government, your social insurance number. It means they own you. Anyway, just kidding. Um, but all my, like I showed Briar, my social insurance card. I said, I've had that in my wallet since I was 14. Because the first time I got a job, like a real job that gave you a paycheck, and it was at Anderson's Motel and Tavern, which no longer exists. There's a motel there and a restaurant, but it's not. It burnt to the ground. My dad gave me my social insurance card, and he said, don't ever lose that. And then when I was 18, I went 19, I was going to join the Army. And so my cousin and I went to the where they were holding all the tests. And the first and last thing you had to know, because you had to write it, and it was an entire day of tests. And on every piece of paper they gave you, you had to write your social insurance number across the top. So by the time you left, you're like XM4259901 kind of thing. You know your social insurance number. And I've never forgotten it. Never forgotten it. So I carry my social insurance card, my health card, my blood type card, my driver's license, my hunting license, and my firearms license. They all get carried in my wallet. You're going to be doing a lot of apples this year. Yeah, it's our barcode. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thank you. It was not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Because they threw questions in there that they didn't cover in the tests, right? So, let's turn this up a bit. That's better. So, yeah, I'm really proud of myself. I'm proud of my husband too. Now we need a second crossbow, and we just don't have the money now. Now I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about money ever, because we've just secured 8 cords of firewood that I'm going to be paying in 3 installments. Howie's 2 paychecks and my paycheck. So there is no extra money this month, in September. Sorry. Tomorrow, next month, there is no extra money. But I want to ask you guys something. Especially, raise your hand. Oh, no, I don't want to point patrons out if they don't want to be pointed out. But I was thinking, you know how I made that little commercial for 4 jars, right? I used to get paid to play that. Now I just play it every once in a while in case somebody forgets that, they can get 10% off and all that stuff. I'm wondering if I should make a little commercial for Patreon. Because in reality, I have always been shy about, it's not like I'm asking for money. I don't want people to think I'm asking for money. And because of it, I don't talk about it often. I don't talk about, I love 4 jar lids too. I got to get some. I noticed the trees aren't as heavy as last year. My pear tree isn't as heavy, but my one apple tree that produced this year is producing beautiful apples. So I thought, how would I make people more aware of my Patreon family and account and how much fun we have, like Mondays, Wednesdays, and Freaky Fridays, because anybody who's a Patreon member gets a live reading twice a month if they request it, right? No more than twice a month, because a lot of times it muddies the water. If you churn it up too much, you want the water to be as clear as possible. And that's why I put twice a month on it. Ad for Bike and Stock. What's Bike and Stock? Well, I'm really, really hoping I'm going to be, for my birthday this year, I'm hoping to order, because I always order my trees in January, or if you wait till February or March, they're usually out of stock. Only you look at it for asking for money. Well, yeah, because maybe I'm not seeing my own worth enough, right? It's Birkenstock shoes. Oh, you got an ad, did you? Oh, I'm sorry. So, okay, yellow bird. I'm going to, yellow bird up high in banana tree. Right. I'm not valuing myself enough, am I? Right? Like sometimes when we're on Patreon on Mondays, sometimes the days are not set in stone. Sometimes something happens, or I'm away, or I'm in the middle of something, or I'm in a crisis, and I have to change the Monday to a Tuesday, or the Wednesday to a Thursday, and blah, blah, or to a Friday. But and sometimes Freaky Friday gets Sassy Saturday or Soulful Sunday, right? Hey, Denise. But in reality, you know, on Mondays and Wednesdays, you guys get heads up about what's coming down the pipe. We talk about more personal things that we can't necessarily talk about in the public, or don't feel comfortable talking about publicly. And sometimes I delete a live stream after it's been done because the conversation got very personal, and it's to protect everybody, right? So, I mean, you're thinking you'd like a card reading soon. Well, there you go. So, you know, and then, like I said, you get free card readings twice a month, right? If you choose. And then on Fridays, we do Freaky Friday. I opened it live last night near the end just to have some fun, to let people see the kind of fun we have on Friday nights. And I've redone my board, my boom box. And it drove me nuts last night. It looks like a kitty cat, doesn't it? With a monocle on. So, well, Monday's coming. You're a patron, aren't you, Tina? So, do you think it would be grasping if anybody here is a patron, Bev, when people send you money through YouTube, they take some of it, but it helps YouTube to promote your channel. Some people send money through YouTube, like a tip, you mean? And yes, they take some of it. They take 40%, 45%. It's like only the government comes close to that. Government takes 40%. Who do they think they are? So you're saying I should encourage tipping anyway on YouTube, because that's one of the reasons I created Patreon, is so that if somebody wanted to tip me $5, right? YouTube takes, where's my calculator? Wait a minute. YouTube takes $2.25 of that out of $5. And I understand that, because they do provide the platform that I'm working from. But why would I encourage you to spend $5, okay, when I get $2.75 of that, and YouTube gets the rest? You've paid YouTube almost as much as you've paid me. Whereas if you're a patron and you're in the US, it's $5 a month, right? And for that, you get 3 unlisted live streams with just patrons a week, 3 a week. That's a hell of a tip, $5 for. So you're looking at, even if there's 4 weeks in the month, you're looking at 3, 6, 9. You're getting 12 unlisted live streams in a very kind of small format, so that we can talk, we can do cards, we can discuss things that don't normally get approved on YouTube. You know what I mean? Hey! No, I don't have a P.O. box. I used to, and I don't encourage sending money through the mail. So if you want to tip on YouTube, that's fine, because if you don't want to do a monthly subscription to Patreon, that's fine too. I'm not asking. I'm just thinking maybe I should do a little short video that I can, add at the end of my videos, like I do when I do 4 jars. Like when I do 4 jars, it's usually a canning video I'm working on, right? When I put that 4 jars ad in at the back, right? That's starting to bug me. When I am just doing a regular video, like sitting, cutting up stuff, or cooking a meal or anything like that, I could put my Patreon ad at the back, just a little one. Do you think that's okay? Hi, Bev. Act like you love me. You're throwing my words back at me, aren't you? Act towards myself like I love you. Treat myself with the same kind of love as I treat you. Okay. Hey, Candy. All right. So I'm going to make a little Patreon ad and see what happens. Even though I don't go to the bitch factory, I still, in the back of my brain, hear them. Right? Every time I talk about Patreon, I hear them going, there she is. There she is, grafting again, grafting for money, and it's not that way. Everything I do takes time. Everything I do takes time. But maybe I also feel a little shy about it because I get as much out of our Patreon live streams as you do, right? It's like 3 times a week, my support system kicks in, and it's my Patreon. My Patreon folk, I don't know if that's the way they feel with me, but 3 times a week, we get the cone of silence, and we can come in and we can talk and we can support each other. In the description box of each video, it's always in the description box of each video. A lot of channels thank their patron subscribers for making their video possible. Oh, Candy, that's awesome. See, you know what? That's what I'll start the little video with. Thank you for making, certain videos possible and all that stuff. Can't see. I just mean act like you love me when you say my name. I love everybody. Don't give power in your head. You're right, Rosie. You're right. How's the jam going this year? Are you doing your jam sales this year, your pop-ups? It is the right Rosie, right? I got the right Rosie. I mean, there's like 4 of you, but are you doing your jams? Catsy. Hey, Alex. How you doing, sweetheart? You should plug your homestead book regularly. Christmas is coming. You're right. And you know what got found? I have a soft covered one I found. It's even got a stain on it from being used. How to make yeast. Huh. Candy said it perfect. A lot of channels thank their Patreons for making their videos possible. My son has been home for 3 days and no headaches. Thank you, everyone that prayed for him. Absolutely, darling. Absolutely. What did I miss? Can you practice with Howard's crossbow? Whose crossbow? Yes, we only have one, which means we want to make sure we get the shot because it's difficult to cock the bow again without making a lot of movement, even inside a blind, and without making a lot of noise. What's the name of my book? Oh, this is the original. I have changed the cover. Let me see if I got it here. This was a prototype. That's why it doesn't have the right thing on it. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I will give you the link to my book. Now, everyone calls it the cookbook, but it's not really a cookbook. Okay, hang on a second. Traffic lights, traffic lights, traffic lights, traffic lights. It's not a cookbook. It's a homestead book. What's going on? Okay. There's the link. Hang on a second. Here is the link. Okay. My book, the only one I've written, this is the prototype. This is the prototype because you can see the writing is all the way to the edge, and I got this on the front instead of the other one. For dinner, I'm making beef tongue, aka lengua, for tacos for dinner in the Instapot. Cool. Okay, so this book is called Our Half Acre Homestead Recipes, Canning, Dehydrating, and Neat to Know Stuff. It's basically a homestead book, a basic homestead book. Because what's in it, you have, let me just get this going like this here. You have the stuff you need to know first. Pie pastry, simple white sauce, simple syrups, basic stocks and broths, and egg noodles. What's for supper? Ham and egg. These are some of my favorite recipes. Ham and egg pie, homestead macaroni and cheese, stuffed peppers, Mrs. Wolfie's Yorkshire pudding pork pie. It can be beef. It can be chicken. Pork chops and scallop potato one-pot wonder, slow cooker spaghetti meatballs, and holiday casseroles. Recipes, make it ahead and freeze it. Meatloaf, meatballs, hash brown patties, Parmesan, Duchess potatoes. Recipe, soups, chicken noodle with pantry stock alternative recipe. Ham, hock, and bean soup. Potato cheese soup with pantry stock alternative. In other words, you can make it with fresh ingredients, but it also shows you how to make it out of what's in your pantry. Cream of mushroom soup, deluxe sweet potato carrot soup with ginger and curry. Really good in cold weather, especially if you've gotten damp. Beef barley soup, beef barley. Recipes, baking, basic bread, Kaiser rolls, 2 egg cakes, simple shortbread, double chocolate peanut butter cookies, pecan snowballs, oatmeal raisin cookies, basic scones with alternative flavor combinations, chocolate zucchini bread, apple pie. Pantry stock apple pie, pumpkin pie, mock apple pie, pumpkin pound cake. Canning, water bath, dill pickles, bread and butter pickles, hot dog relish, pickled beets, salsa, Mrs. Wolfie's bold and sassy barbecue sauce. Pressure canning recipes. Beans, beets, cabbage, potatoes, pumpkin, and winter squash. Pressure canning meat. This is just the guide, okay? Canning chicken or turkey from the freezer. Canning raw pack poultry, boneless cubed beef, pork, rabbit, and squirrel. Canning ground meat. Dehydrating, neat to know stuff. Dehydrating, some quick notes on dehydrating fruits and vegetables, dehydrating meat, a few simple recipes. Rendering lard and suet, basic hot process soap, homemade laundry soap, suet cakes for chickens, no scrub tub cleaner, making potato starch, rapid peeling tomatoes, and spice blends. That's everything that's in this little book. Okay. Now, everyone calls it a cookbook because there's a lot of recipes in it. But if you pay attention, it teaches you spice blends. It teaches you how to make your own soap, how to render your lard to make that soap. You know, all of these basic things are in that book. Oh yeah, snowballs, man. I guess what I really meant to say is my name, like you know and love me. If you knew me, we'd be best friends. Well, it doesn't mean we can't be friends, right? Friends are a rare and valuable commodity these days. And I don't mean valuable money-wise. I mean valuable in knowledge, valuable in support, valuable in, life. Hey, Ellie, how are you? But would like you to write volume 2, an update, new edition. Could include a hunting theme too. Well, I made corned beef out of venison one year. The trick is to get a piece with fat on it. And if you can't have fat on the venison, then you try and get a piece of beef fat and tie the roast. Tie it and then pickle it. Can you sell a PDF file for downloads on your books? I don't know how, darling. I don't know how. I don't know. Hang on a second. Let me look. What is this? There is an ebook. There is an ebook on the site. So I don't know if you can do something like that. Another 2 ads. I checked your website for the book. Okay. Could you get everything? Because there's an ebook there too. Not to change the subject, have you heard from Michigan Snow Pony since her channel was hacked? I sure do miss her, and I seen Cat's Cradle uploaded recently, but that was, I think, a couple of years ago. Yeah, out of the original Homestead Honeys, I think only Noreen of Noreen's Kitchen and I are left. I talked to the last time I talked to Michigan Snow Pony was when we were in Michigan for not Michigan, we were in, for Howie to do a BMW course. And that's when we had the Michigan meetup at Louie's restaurant. But before that, the day before that, Michigan Snow Pony drove out to the motel and we did a live stream together. And only one since. The ads, the only thing I can do about ads in the live stream is I ask them to do them balanced, not aggressive. Those are good years. If I had some kind of radio station, maybe I could set up a live stream with someone else. Maybe Noreen. I'll talk to her about that. Maybe we could do a live stream on Rumble. So far, you only saw one ad. Those were good years, right? Bear Prepper was the first Homestead honey until she left, and then Michigan Snow Pony took her place. And it was kind of cool because we had 2 Southern women and 2 Northern women. So it was kind of cool. Tammy, hi, how you doing? Well, listen, folks, I'm going to go vacuum my rug and make myself some boiled eggs and toast. And I'm going to watch a movie I've been wanting to see. But Howie's like, oh, you can watch that anytime I'm not here. So Noreen is having it rough with health issues for her and Rick. Well, Rick's always had health issues as far as I know. And the last I heard, Noreen's getting hip replacement surgery. So we'll see. We'll see. It's the latest edition in the Downton Abbey movies. I think it's called Downton Abbey, A New Generation or something. Oh, see, we're not going to be here forever, eh, kids? We're not going to be here forever. So you know what I'm going to do? I think I'll make a mini ad. I think I'm going to work on a little an ad. I want to keep it under a minute for my book and for Patreon. Does that make sense? We all trying to get over COVID. Who's trying to get over COVID? You, Tammy? Oh, that's terrible. What a shitty time of year to have COVID, too. But it's already been downgraded to the flu. So let's call a spade a spade. It's the flu, or a cold, or a bad cold, right? Why 2 separate shorts? Huh. Anyway, thank you on the congratulations for getting my my crossbow license. And that means I can hunt with a bow too, if I choose. But it was very educational. It was very educational. And it made me realize that, accuracy is more important than ever with a bow than with a rifle, because rifles, you can get off an extra quick shot. Bows, you got to recock that bloody thing, right? But there is these cocking cranks. I'm going to ask Howie to get one. And if they're quiet enough, because we're going to be inside a blind, which kind of deadens the sound a little bit and the smells. But we're not allowed to bring a thermos of coffee because they'll smell that in a heartbeat. Okay, so I'm going to ask everybody here, raise your hand, not thumbs up or anything else. Put your hand up if you think I should do 2 commercials, 2 little adverts, one for Patreon and one for my book. Put your hand up if I should do 2 separately. And we'll see. Of course, Linda Bob, because you're the one who suggested it. So that makes sense. Now, if you think I should do them together, this is the second part, then give a thumbs up. If you think I should do the Patreon and the book ad together, do a thumbs up, a hands up if you think they should be separate. Okay, that they should be separate. Either or. Tina says either or. Hand up. Hand up. Okay, 2 separate ads it is. I'm going to let you guys go. I want to go and vacuum my rug, make my toast and eggs, and eat my breakfast, supper, and maybe work on some quilt stuff. Okay? This is Mrs. Wolfe from Our Half Acre Homestead saying thank you for being here and sharing in my joy of passing my bow hunter's test, my crossbow test. That just makes me a more well-rounded hunter, right? Take care. God bless. Mwah! I love you. Don't ever forget that.